A middle-aged man wearing pajamas is being pushed in a wheelchair down a busy sidewalk by an assistant. He is gaunt and frail-looking. His skin seems to be peeling. His fingernails are a sickening shade of yellow, or is it brown? A surgical mask covers the bottom half of his face. Large sunglasses shield the top. He is wearing a red Marines baseball cap. Meanwhile, three children walk ahead of him, a girl with two boys. They seem happy, all three adorable in colorful clothing. They wear large caps, but apparently not in a deliberate attempt to shield their faces. Slow down, the man commands in a hoarse whisper. However, they ignore him as they quickly cross the street. Once on the other side of the street and in front of a bookstore, they wait for the man in the wheelchair. When he has finally rolled their way, one of the children doubtfully holds the door as the man is wheeled into the store. Thank you, he says weakly. Then, just as the three children were about to enter the establishment, a wide eyed stranger approaches the smallest of them. What's that? She begins to ask. The boy is about to answer when a large man comes between him and the woman. No, that was not, says the man as he takes the boy by the hand and rushes him into the store. But then the young boy turns to his inquisitor, smiles broadly, and mouths just two words: Michael Jackson. The scene I've just described was typical of what went on in Michael's life almost every day while he lived in Las Vegas, Nevada in 2008. For the most part, he spent his time wandering about the city with a gaggle of bodyguards and his three precocious children: Prince Michael First, 11, Paris 10, and Prince Michael Second, 6. He was almost always in a wheelchair, wearing a bizarre outfit and appearance to be at death's door. Meanwhile, his record-breaking career seemed to be a thing of the past. By all accounts, he was still not motivated to do anything. He had no real plans for the future. He was deeply in debt. As he reached his 50th birthday on August 29th, one question sprung to mind. How in the world did it come to this far for a kid from Gary who once had it all? At this time, the summer of 2008, Michael had a deal pending to do a series of shows in Las Vegas. However, he still didn't seem to want to work. In his defense, the standards of excellence he set for himself so many years before were so high. They were practically impossible for him to meet. He put it best to me more than 10 years ago. When I go on stage, people expect a lot. They want the dancing, they want the spins and all. They want the whole package, but that's a lot of work. I don't know how much longer I can do it. I don't know when it will just be not possible. It's true that Jackson couldn't go on tour doing anything less than what he did many years ago. His impact on our culture is so great. However, at 50, he had arthritic like trouble with his knees, his ankles, even the joints on his fingers. This is why he uses the wheelchair, said a source at the time. He's breaking out in so many ways. It's hard to imagine him on stage. In fact, it's hard for him to imagine it. And if he can see it, no one else ever will. But what's lacking these days is probably the most important part of any entertainer: his self confidence, continued the same source. It's what gave him his drive, his creative spirit and voice, but it seems to be gone. Also, it seemed that Michael believed the masses of fans who once flocked to his concerts wouldn't be there for him in 2008. He feared his followers had turned against him by the trial. For instance, at Mayweather promoter in Las Vegas, he expressed amazement by the success of the re-release of Thriller. I'm really shocked, he said. I can't believe people actually bought it. I heard it sold more than 3 million copies. Can you believe it? It was the first time I ever known him to be surprised by doing something well, someone intimate at that meeting. He was usually surprised by things that did not go well. Plus, Thriller has already sold them more than 100 million copies. So no, excuse me. So another three doesn't seem like much. That he thinks is suggests that excuse me that his expectations are pretty low. Excuse me. To commemorate the occasion of his 50th birthday, a CD called King of Pop was released worldwide. British fans could apply the track listing and certain media websites. Basically, it was 80th of the best Jackson songs as selected by the public. Also, he was the guest vocalist in a song called Hold My Hand by a recording artist named Icon. He sounded terrific on it, suggesting that the voice was still there if he was at all interested in using it. But alas, touring still seemed out of the question. Nothing would have been more embarrassing than announcing a tour and then having it suffer weak ticket sales. Another former associate of Jackson's saw him in August 2008 at the Treasure Island Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, where he and his children saw a performance of Mystery by Cricket du Soleil. I had heard that he recently purchased a home outside of Poughkeepsie, New York, for $1 million, said the source. It's in the suburbs and an upper middle class neighborhood. Seems strange to me, but that's Michael. However, when I asked him about it, he said, I think someone in my organization bought that for me. I don't know. Sounds nice, though. I'll bet the kids will love it. He truly did not know the details. I asked about Neverland if he was happy that it's been saved. Jackson's abandoned hideaway had been scheduled for foreclosure because he was in default in the $25 million loan. But an investment group called Colony Capital LLC purchased the loan in the last minute and saved it. Neverland? Why? I don't know anything about at all about Neverland. Michael told me that's someone else's problem now, I think, but I'm not sure. Did I ask him if he had any plans? Continue the source. For what? He said. For the future? Recordings? Tours? By this time, I could see that he was agitated by my questions. Look, my plan is to be see every magic show in Las Vegas. He finally said, "That's my plan." As he turned and walked away, he seems very sad and alone. Another source told me in the summer of 2008. It's as if all of those years of success really mean nothing. It was just all fast living and bad personal decisions and hard work. He's got the Beatles catalog and that's worth a lot, but it's all on paper. Money put aside for all his kids. If he liquidates it, he probably spent it all. So it's good that it's tied up in loans and other fiscal problems. Thank goodness for his kids, though, consider the source. They gave him hope. From all accounts, Michael was at his best when parenting his children. Prince Michael first, Paris, and Blanket. All three were very stunning, with high cheekbones and deep-set features. Michael saw a lot of his youthful self and his children, especially in Prince Michael first. All three have musically ability and a sense of style, but he always thought Prince Michael first will be the next star in the family. For a man so youth obsessed, so intent on fashioning himself as a child long after he was an adult, many people in his life feared that August 29th would perhaps be a day of reckoning for Michael Jackson. He was middle aged, past it, really, and then there was no turning back now. He spends a lot of time looking in the mirror, revealed one of his associates at the time. I think he has certain regrets, like the plastic surgery. I don't know what I was thinking back then, he recently said. Everyone makes mistakes when they were young, I guess, but I still look okay, don't I? I mean, for 40? I said. Mike, you're going to be 50. He gave me an implied smile and said, it all went by so fast, didn't it? I wish I could do it all over again. I really do. Michael made no plans to celebrate his 50th other than a small private way with his children, and This time there was no big interview with me to commemorate the occasion. As it happened, turning 50 was not a big deal to Michael anyway. He was sort of fine with it, one of his brothers told me. I don't know. In a sense, I was hoping for more of a reaction, I guess. Even despair. At least that's a real reaction, you know? It's like that goddamn child dented him inside. I want to say, Mike, wake up. That's passing you by. Get with it, bro. Live your life before it's too late.